really should ignore them, darling.
It's just...
You've been staring at that newspaper for the last 10 minutes.
Oh, do forgive me, darling, but don't you ever wonder what it all means? Where we're from?
It was just such a fabulous opportunity to make this commemorative set for, for the royal couple that goes in completely with Happyland values.
As soon as the announcement of the wedding took place, then we were straight into research.
What she's going to wear, what her hair's going to look like.
Looking at the uniforms, looking at the carriage, even down to the colours of the horses.
Because that's important, even with toys, you want to try and make it look realistic.
The biggest challenge was the time frame. Normally a product will take about 12 to 18 months to develop from start to finish, depending on its complexity. In this particular case, we had literally 3 to 4 months.
With the price point, when we start with the product idea, we think about what the retail is that we'd like that product to sell for. So we walked into this project wanting to sell the set at £15, and what we had to do is to check that the value was there in the toy for that price.
The people behind the grand design.
When you're at the start of a project like this, you really need to think about what it's going to look like in stores. You've got to think about what sort of packaging you want, how the customer's going to see the product.
There's a lot of debate in the beginning about the contents of the set. Part of the brand is the humour aspect. It's what makes Happyland unique to competitors' products.
Kate, do come and look at this. Our journey has only just begun.
Normally, when we do a packaging artwork, we should have a prep brief and then the sample. But this is very special. Because the time so limited, we don't have the sample, just a sketch and then need to start.
I will get involved at the stage of where they've got rough sizes to come up with a very rough box size. Within that, I'm also working with the graphic team to make sure that, that what I'm creating, they've got enough space to add their part of the graphics.
My task is use the visual element to encourage the people buy our product. Because packaging acts as a silent salesman.
I need to try and make things present well on shelf. I need to think about how much space we've got on the shelf and how many of those products we want to fit on the shelf.
It is very important to maintain the tone of the voice and the style of the Happyland, so the customer can recognize this is our Happyland brand.
I'm based in Hong Kong because it's easier for me to work with the factories. They're just over in the mainland, so I can communicate with them faster, I can get reactions quicker.
China, darling.
But darling, we've come so far. We can't turn back now.
Okay, my sweetness. But I love you just the way you are. Oh, do let's go in. I'm getting rather excited myself.
The factory has got its production schedule, they'll have had that for months beforehand, and suddenly we came in with a very late request to be shipped by end of January, early February.
But there are so many others, just like us.
Every one of them is unique, Will. You're unique. You're so very special to me.
I'm sorry, Kate. I just have to know where they all go.
A lot of the cost in these Happyland figures is in the number of paint operations. It's important because you wanted it to look like a very royal looking set. You wanted the figures to look right. We've probably put more paint operations into it than normal.
There's a lot of safety checks that also take place both in production and at the end of the production line.
Will! Will, no!
Kate! Kate! Don't leave me! Oh, stop it, stop it! Oh, I feel very, very hemmed in. I'm claustrophobic. Let me out. Okay.
We had to increase the volumes from the initial estimates quite substantially, just based on the initial pre-orders.
I don't even care where we're from, just that we're here. To make children everywhere happy.
I'm so proud of this pack. It's a moment in time, but it really epitomises everything I believe the Early Learning Centre brand's about. And I just think it's magical, and I really hope that Kate and Will have their own pack and they'll let their children play with it in the future.